What is up, everyone? We are back with another video. Today we have a special guest. We have Nick the Baller, as you can see here. We got Nick the Baller.
The baller.
Number one fan, right? Nick the Baller, number one fan.
Yeah.
You want to introduce him, Dad?
Yeah, so we've noticed this guy just making a lot of comments on our show, and he's a subscriber. So we thought, hey, let's get this kid on. And as you guys know, we like to do the whole father-son, the adult kid take. So we're still working on getting his mom or dad on this show so that we can get both takes from different age groups. But for now, we've got Nick brave enough to join us for a few minutes. And so Nick, let's start with you here first, man. I'm born and raised as a Rockets fan, or did you just start liking basketball? Tell us your background a little bit.
So I've always been a Rockets fan. My dad watched them a lot when he was younger. And
Nice.
like a few years ago. So that's when I got into
Okay,
Rockets.
so your dad should be able to come on, is what you're saying, right? And be able to talk some basketball with us, you think, one day?
Probably.
All right, Blake, we're gonna have to try to figure out a way to get him on the show. You know, this is another improvement, Blake, when you think about it, because of all the money that people have been pouring in. We're now able to pay our these interviewers. We'll be able to pay these people. So
Yeah, we have lots of money now.
that's right. So Nick, the check's in the mail, as they say. Okay. A couple more things. Let's learn a little bit more about Nick. So Nick, right now, the team right now that's dressed as Houston Rockets. Who's your favorite player?
Jalen Green, obviously.
Blake, wouldn't you say that's probably a popular pick for most Houstonians right now?
Mine's probably Jalen Green. Also, Jalen Green or Garrison Matthews because he's insane at threes. Also.
Yeah, he's easy to like, but yeah, I think overall, I think most of the Rockets fans are going to be with Nick on this one, and he's got a lot of promise. You think we're going to keep him for the long haul, Nick?
Yeah, he's definitely untouchable right now.
I agree with that. He might only be the only untouchable, but yeah, he's going to be a cornerstone that we'll build around, and I think he is a player that has the talent that can get you deep into the playoffs and get to that championship series down the road. All right, so let's step back a little bit. And favorite Rocket of all time. Do you got one?
Probably Hakeem Olajuwon, just because he was probably the best Rocket of all time.
Yeah, so you guys, I was spoiled. I mean, looking back, I didn't realize I was, but I was spoiled because I graduated in 95, and the 2 years we won the championship was 94 and 95. And of course, Hakeem was the dominant force. So you guys pretty much only know the Rockets. Well, Harden gave us some good runs. So I guess you've seen the Rockets make some playoff runs and some deep runs, but count me if I'm wrong, but you guys haven't seen the Rockets make even the championship series yet, have y'all? Blake, have they made it that far? Yeah. So I was obviously lucky in that regard. And maybe, I don't know, Blake, maybe Hakeem probably does take the cake for the greatest of all time. Well, he is the greatest of all time, but
He's definitely the greatest of all time.
I'm just thinking people liking Hakeem the most. And he's definitely a popular pick. He's still vibrant and active in the Houston community as well, which is really cool. I don't know if he still does, but you guys may not know this, but Hakeem at one time, he owned like over 15 or 20 Denny's franchises. He got big into the Denny's franchise. I think he has sold some, but I don't know if he sold them all, but he's still very big in the Houston community. So that's cool. Get some mad respect for that.
Thanks.
Okay, so Nick, tell us about you personally. How often, how many times a week are you picking up the ball and shooting some hoops, man? You play a lot?
Probably 4 times a week. I go up to my nearest basketball court.
Okay, so you're like a public shooter, huh? Go find the nearest public courts with like they got like 3 rims on the top and the chain nets.
Yeah.
And if you miss the ball like bounces all the way back to half court. Those are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Those goals will let you know if you're really good or not. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I have a question about this game. The Mavericks vs Rockets today. Play at 7. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win the game?
I mean, I want the Rockets to win, but if Luka Doncic is healthy, I think the Mavericks have a better chance. But obviously, I'm rooting for the Rockets.
Yeah, I think they've been like on a they're looking for a 5-game win streak if they beat the Rockets today. But the Rockets did had a buzzer beater, so you never know. Kind of cracked right now.
I think everyone feels like Nick that we preface all of our answers with, well, I want the Rockets to win, but
yeah.
Right now we're just young. But if you look at the Mavs record, Blake, they're 20-18, so yeah, above 500, but they're not. I mean, they're not scaring anybody. But Nick's probably right. If Luka is Luka tonight, our chances are slim to none. And is this a home game or are we in Dallas?
I'm not sure actually.
I think we're home, so that because I think we are, and if that's the case, we may have a fighting chance. But yeah, Luke is amazing, man. So after the Rockets, Nick, what other teams do you like, or are you Rockets only, or do you root for other teams?
Well, mainly I'm Rockets, but I also kind of like the Hornets. But
Is
I don't know.
that
That's
Blake? Who's their stud over there? Is that the ball kid?
LaMelo Ball, pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I like LaMelo Ball, and yeah, he's obviously probably the best player on the team now, and he's only I don't even know how old he is. He's like 20, 21.
Are they good, Nick? They got a good record, or are they young like us and going through some pains?
I think they're decent. I'm not sure.
Better than the Rockets.
Yeah, definitely.
Are we the worst team in the league right now, or are we beating any of
I
them?
think the Pistons.
Yeah,
The Pistons are the worst.
God, it's gotta
Pistons,
suck.
and then the
It's gotta be
Rockets
suck.
after.
Oh man, it's like, oh, your team's worse than the Rockets. That's gotta suck.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Well,
let's go to player. Hold on, just one. I got one more for Nick the Baller. Other than teams, well, let's go to players. You got any players that are not in Rockets jerseys that you like to follow, or some of your favorites?
I like Kevin Durant and LeBron James, I guess.
Are you a LeBron fan? I'm very neutral on LeBron. I don't know if I like him or not.
I'm more of a KD fan, but
Okay, yeah. Blake, you a KD guy?
yeah, I like Durant and LeBron. I like LeBron too. I like the way he plays. It's just insane. So he's so much stronger than everyone. He just bodies everyone. I like how he plays. And I like Steph Curry also because he's insane at threes. So why not?
Yeah, Seth's hot. He's fun to watch. So, Nick, you wearing any basketball players tennis shoes right now? Who you sporting?
Kevin Durant
Yeah,
and
all
LeBron
right.
James.
There you okay. Gotcha. Well, hey, you're giving them their money. You are a
Yeah,
fan. Blake, didn't you have some KDs at one time?
I did have some KD Trays, KD Tray fives,
Cool.
long time ago. But looking at these stats, I think the Mavericks are gonna win. I think because Doncic is averaging 24.9 points and 8.8 assists per game. So, and they have Kristaps Porzingis, but I actually think he's injured right now, or he's has something with COVID. But I still think the Mavericks are gonna win because the Rockets are not a good team.
Yeah, I think the only stat you really got to look at is just if Luka's going to go Luka. I mean, that dude is amazing. He's fun to watch too. He unfortunately he's kind of like Mike Trout with the Angels, one of the best players in the league, but they're on teams that really don't do anything. I mean, I don't even think he's gotten the Mavs past the first round, but he doesn't have much help, but which is unfortunate. But that guy is so fun to watch as well. He's a great player. This should be a good game. I mean, if we're home, you never know, man. Maybe Kevin Porter steps it up and does another almost triple double.
Yeah. Any last words though, Mick?
I just hope the Rockets win, and I'd like to see Garrison Matthews kind of go off on threes today.
Oh,
it's always fun.
Does.
It's always fun whenever you can hit him.
Can we get Sengun to play? Can we get Sengun to play tonight, or is he out on protocol? Or
so they said 1 week after he got his injury, they would reevaluate him, and that's like today. So I doubt it. But
oh, bummer. Yeah. All right. So let's end this with some final predictions, not scores, but win, loss, and by how much. I'll go first. Mavs win by 9. Blake?
I say Mavs win by 10.
Okay. Nick the Baller, what do you think? What are you going with?
I think Mavs win by 6.
All right. The winner gets absolutely nothing. Let's just clear that up, Nick. But we do appreciate you coming on the show. Keep watching. Get your brother, get your family, get friends, subscribe, and spread the word. And we would love to bring on your friends, and especially a mom or dad that likes to talk sports with us, man. Yeah. So thank you for coming on the show, and thank you guys for watching. Continue to like, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.